The final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Glad to have you with us from SB Ballard Stadium in Norfolk, home to the Old Dominion Monarchs. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Fresno State Bulldogs, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Old Dominion Monarchs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Monarchs will kick it away to start. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll leave it with him. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Durham. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. They're going to run it. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Escapes trouble. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down. And the Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. The give from the gun. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Fresno State.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football team.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Guys, let's chat for just a second about Old Dominion. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
Looking for a productive play on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Now improvising. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front, and they're able to get to the quarterback.
And the Monarchs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. It's complete to the right. Breaks into the open. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He'll pull it down. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Man, I'll tell you, this quarterback has got things you simply cannot coach. How about that situation? Third, it's a passing situation. The defense knows that they do a great job in coverage, but this guy just has tools. He's got physical attributes and speed and elusiveness, things you can't coach, that allows him to go pick up the first down and keep the offense on the field.
Got out of trouble and throws. Finds his big tight end. And how easy was that for this offense? Tight end just wide open on the outside.
And Reese, one thing, I know this defense is concerned with all the speed offensively they've got at the wideout position, but you can't forget about the tight end. There's no way that guy should be that wide open on the perimeter of the field.
And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down, and likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play. If you're
intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Trying to take it back. He's at the 40, at the 20. Touchdown, Fresno State. And they turn it into a defensive score.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go. And this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Safe completion on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Here's the pressure. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And this is not the start this guy envisioned in this game. He's already thrown a pick six here in the first quarter, and now he takes a sack. You got to wonder if that pick six rattled him a little bit, and if he's out here now seeing ghosts. He's got to get to the sidelines. He's
going for the big play. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. And that's where he'll go down. An explosive play moves the sticks. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. They'll go back to the ground. They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, guys, and Fresno State is on top. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down.
Let's go, let's go.
Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Old Dominion. Big-time touchdown there to get some much-needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who are you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Might be looking to run. He's going to run it. At the 35, he's got room. There he goes. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down.
It's so difficult when you're running a pass play, but really it becomes a run because he can do that. The quarterback can scramble around. Receivers are running down the field. I got to cover him and run down the field. Now I got to come try to catch this guy who's flying downhill so fast. The angles don't work. He's too athletic. That's why you get a big gain.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got it on the move. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Takes it from the gun on third down. Bring in the heat. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Well, it's third and short. They're throwing for it. They just can't come up with that one. Setting up a big decision now for the head coach on fourth down.
This could absolutely spin this game in another direction. They're going for it inside their own 30. Here's the heat. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
It's really early in the game right now, and if it's fourth and short, fourth and medium, maybe I see going for it, certainly. But fourth and long, that's a situation I think you got to punt and just let the game play out. Trust your defense a little bit more.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Once he got some room, it was over.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And they knocked through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point deficit, and there is a sense of urgency now. Finds a man in the middle. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Trying play action. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On the move at the 30. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Firing to the right, complete.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Here comes the heat. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
To the ground to try to move the chains. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. Right down the middle. Touchdown, ODU! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead. They still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Out of the gun to give to the back. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. A pickup of 5.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
Finds his tight end. Shakes off the defender. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Moves around to clear up the vision. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Snagged out of the air. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Fresno State right back to the line. The give to the tailback. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Makes the grab down the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Flips it out to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Offense lining up quickly. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the tight end. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires on the move. He's got it, and he will score. Touchdown, Fresno State.
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Trying to set up the screen. No, sirree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though. How quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. The sure hands. It's Silva. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. The Monarchs come to the line needing just inches for the first down. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Working the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on 1st down. Unloads it left. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Got a man. It's Burnett. Finding open areas. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. And the Monarchs come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Burnett. He's guided out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Now adjusting. He throws one to the left. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
Got a man in the middle. The offense burns his 3rd and final timeout of the half. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. And he'll have to find the line and generate some power. A 46-yarder from the left. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Fresno State lined up to kick off and start this second half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece, and this is Coach speaking. Very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Second down, he'll throw it. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
Running into the open space. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. And he was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. And they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
The Monarchs want to pick up the tempo. Back to pass on second down. Throws to the tight end. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit and coverage that forces the incompletion.
Right on the money. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. Shoots it to the left. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the threes. We need sixes.
After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4. And they'll send the back in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Caught in the backfield. It's Burnett. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
If this defense can come up with a stop here, they will take a giant step toward winning this game. On a little time, lets it go. It's complete on the right side. The short pass will come up just a tad short of the goal line. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past the first down marker? Why?
And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Monarchs! Well, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
He's looking to throw. Rushes on him. Trying to get the 2. Here comes the heat, and down goes the quarterback, and they won't be able to get any closer with the 2-point try.
Fresno State.
They are set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. I know they've put up really good numbers on offense, but David, they're starting to feel a little game pressure right now.
Exactly. That scoreboard's starting to get a little bit tired cutting into that lead. Now, you know every possession matters, Palmer. A little pressure for this offense.
Yeah, and so you can't get tight, right? The best players on this offense now need to step up, and they need to start making plays. You got to identify where those one-on-ones are.
They feed him again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. Fresno State will have to punt it away. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. Hauls it in, looking for space. Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got his man on the right. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
He makes the grab, and the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on first down. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
To the air on 2nd down. Going for it all. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
That's a throw the quarterback would like to have back. He forced that one into double coverage. That means somebody else was wide open. Quarterback really needs to be better moving forward, working through his progressions.
He's not afraid to go deep. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
Man, that's one of those as an offense, you're just staring. No, look at his toe. He was out. He was out. The defender was so close to keeping something in bounds to make that an interception, but there's a reason he plays DB, and he's on that side of the football probably because he can't control his body and even get that foot down.
Looking to take a shot. The catch is made, but he's beyond the sideline, so they'll turn it over on downs.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Turning it on! They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Quick release by the QB. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. That's the end of the period. Fresno State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. He'll take it himself. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the 4th.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Last completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Here's the handoff. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. And the Monarchs racing to the line in the hurry-up. To the air on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
So now it's second and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll go back to the air on second down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. This time on target. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
Hey, down in the fourth quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Quarterback floating away from pressure. Lets it fly. He makes the catch. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Looking to throw again. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And I'm just not sure where to put the blame. And I know they're going to lose this football game. They've struggled, and he's been sacked. I know he's turned it over and thrown an interception, but they haven't been in sync, and nobody's played really great. And they've got to find an identity on this offense moving forward.
Wants to fire on second down. Going for 6. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the pass.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. Touchdown, Old Dominion. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I love finding the big fella down in the red zone, third and goal. You got to make something happen down here. Throw it up high. Let the big fella make you look really good as a quarterback. Love finding those big guys down here in the red zone.
How about this? These guys are going for 2. Motion from the back. He wants to throw it. And a dangerous pass there, almost threw a pick in the end zone. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Breaks into the open. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big time pickup on that one.
And this is the kind of guy that wants the football when the game is on the line. And in this type of situation, he knows if I can break off a few big ones, we're going to win this game. If we don't let them get back on the field, we got it. And he shows you the speed. He shows you the open field running ability before going out of bounds there.
They're going to go right back to him on first down.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back. He's looking at his playlist. And he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
The give to the running back from the shotgun.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Runs through the tackle. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. He'll pull it on the read. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The sweet feet buy a little time. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays. And you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it. They know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him. And as soon as he took off, they ran to him, and they made sure they got him on the ground.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Quickly to the tight end. They stop him right at the 25-yard line. That's well short of the first down. Certainly in field goal range, but let's see what they do here. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. And he'll need a little distance and accuracy, a 42-yarder from the left hash. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And now the lead is even bigger.
I really like the decision by this offense, because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. He'll try to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT finally...
There he goes! And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in 2nd and short, 2nd and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the 1st down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
He'll keep it himself. And after the short gain, that is going to put this one in the books. great Nick Saban often says players often respond better to losses. They listen more than they do if they're getting away with things in wins. So maybe this is an opportunity to recalibrate.
I think you take it first and you internalize it and you get upset because obviously the goal was to win the game. But you also got to flip the switch really quickly, Jesse, and say, okay, what do I need to work on? Because I only got one loss. I'm still very much in the thick of all of my dreams that I want to come true. So I can't take it too hard, but I got to use it.
Yeah, this loss definitely hurts, and I know one of the goals for this team at the start of the year was to go undefeated and win a national championship. You can't go undefeated anymore, but you can still win a national championship. The key is the leadership in the locker room.